price of Bitcoin is $28,362. The market the other day had a huge pump to the upside. Now you might be looking at that going, Jordan, where's the huge pump? Well, it was all the way up to here, to approximately $30,100. And then we dropped another $2,000. Now, all of that happened because of Cointelegraph tweeting out that the Bitcoin ETF had been approved. Everybody went and bought it. And then 12 minutes later, the news turned out to be completely false. What that tweet did is this, where the price goes all the way up and then all the way back down again. And then it had another rally. But to be fair, ever since, Bitcoin, it's not looked bad at all, to be honest, and it's created an interesting pattern right here. We're going to discuss what is going on with the price of Bitcoin today, and we're going to plan out a couple of trades that I think could potentially be huge, because I think that we're on the cusp of something quite huge. I actually think the Bitcoin ETF is about to be approved, and I'm also going to explain about why I believe that in today's video. So if you're interested in what's to come in the crypto space, and I suggest pulling your face out of the sand and actually watching some videos these days, because things are about to get spicy, things are about to improve, things are on the cusp of a change. We've felt this way before in crypto. Generally, when you feel this way, something big is about to happen. We are on the turn, so slap a like on today's video, subscribe to the channel, especially so I show up on your recommended feed. It really helps out so much, and let's crack on. So first things first, I was talking about an interesting trading range, and we have one of those right now because Bitcoin actually has broken another downtrend. That downtrend is this downtrend right here, and we are headed back to the upside. Now the question is, what is going on right here? Well, you might say, well, this complete fake out, but ever since, we've actually been trading very healthily. And in this trading range right here, we have a high of the range currently sitting at approximately $28,500. And the low of this range is currently sitting at approximately $28,000. So between $28,000 and $28,500, we're just kind of bouncing around in this range right now. However, we have broken the most recent downtrend. So what does that mean, and how can we trade it? Well, for me personally right now, the solution is I'm going to go to BYBIT, and I'm going to open up a trade here at approximately these levels in the middle of this range. I'm going to place my stop loss at the bottom of the range at $28,000, because if we lose that $28,000 level, we're going to head back to the downside. Ultimately, there is a lot of liquidity in this range. However, there is very little liquidity above this range, and that is why I'm so interested in longing Bitcoin right now. I've turned the indicators on the chart so I can explain what's going on here. We've got the VWAP and the VRVP, which is a volume range, volume profile. The VWAP is this band right here. And on the VWAP, we can see the way it came down and we touched the bottom of the VWAP. Now, it tends to be when we touch the bottom of the VWAP, we rally up and we touch the top side of the VWAP. From my perspective right now, it makes sense that, again, touch the bottom of the VWAP, rally all the way up. When you touch the top of the VWAP, then you come back down. Ultimately, we're nowhere near the top of the VWAP right now, and it makes sense for Bitcoin's price to rally back to the upside and have a target somewhere around $29,000, which would eventually mean we break to the upside from this range. So from my perspective, to be opening up a long position on Bitcoin right now with a stop loss at $28,000 makes sense. Now, there are two links in today's video description. If you're in the UK, BitGet, have a look at it. If you're not in the UK, BYBIT, have a look at it. You'll find both of them linked in today's video description. People from the UK can use BitGet, so do use the BitGet link in today's video description, and make sure you make an account today. You don't need KYC on BitGet. You can just sign up and make an account. For those of you that are not familiar with BitGet, currently I've got $17,000 on BitGet, and I am using it to trade Bitcoin. At the same time, of course, I am using BYBIT as always. Check out both of them, link in today's video description. Both fantastic crypto exchanges if you are interested in trading Bitcoin. But Bitcoin right now, I think definitely looking like a long position. When it comes to Ethereum, again, definitely looking like a long position, getting a nice bounce off of here. And if we turn the indicators back on, you should be able to see when the VWAP has loaded, if it is going to load. Come on, load, we want to see you. Where are you? Maybe it's not working because it's on the daily chart. Yeah, we should zoom in a little bit and then it'll work. You can see that basically we are at somewhere near the bottom of this range right now. We should be bouncing back towards the upside, but Ethereum is definitely also, from my perspective right now, more of a buy than a sell. Now, one of the things we're going to talk about tonight, and I've not even mentioned this yet, going back to using the main channel again, we're, hey, starting out with some live streams tonight. Like, join me, please. I want to see as much numbers on there as possible, because I honestly, I need a pat on the back. I need people to be interested for me to want to do these things. Otherwise, I'm better off just sitting in my hole and doing them on my own. I'd really appreciate it if you did come to tonight's live stream, which is on the main channel. It'll be sometime around 8 to 8:30 p.m. Maybe a little bit earlier, we shall see. Either way, the plan is to go back to daily live streams. They've got some tutorials coming on the main channel fairly soon, and then we resume daily content. It's time to turn back on the grind. It's time to put that effort back in, and I think the best way to do that with everybody that watches me here on YouTube is to go and do live streams. It's the best place for you to get an insight into my world, and it's the best way for me to explain in long form content what is going on and how you can best capitalize on that. So make sure you do join. Honestly, I'd really appreciate it. It means more than what you think it means when people watch, because it's so important to have these communities active and growing in this market, because it means if you're here now, it means in the next couple of years, you should do quite well. But back to the charts and back to business, whereby the S&P 500 is down 1% today, which is not great news. And also, the US dollar continues its ascent with another 0.35% gain. However, it's important to point out that the US dollar, again, very much looks topped out right now. We've got a clear head and shoulders reversal pattern coming on. And unless the DXY can break this level of resistance right here, it will go to the downside and Bitcoin's price will go up. From my perspective, this is how tops look. This is not generally looking like a reversal pattern. Some may plot it as the Hunchback of Notre Dame inverse head and shoulders. It's not going to happen. It is probably going to drop. And so from my perspective, that is also good for Bitcoin. Don't forget, we talked about it in the previous episode. What is happening with the Turkish lira? There is a huge demand on cryptocurrency right now. But that demand is not being realized into the charts because A, the ETF hasn't been approved, and B, the public isn't on side again yet. But in Turkey right now, people are putting money into gold, Bitcoin, anything other than Turkish lira. Because if you've got money in Turkish lira, it's getting worth less and less and less constantly, all the time. Over the past, this is the daily chart, and every day it seems to drop. It started 2022 worth 0.8. Now it's worth 0.2. It's down 75% in one year. It's terrible. And this is what a lot of global currencies look like. You won't be feeling it because you're probably in some nice cushy Western country with a nice cushy Western currency like the pound or the dollar. But unfortunately, for the rest of the world, they are left with these terrible governments that do terrible jobs at managing their terrible currencies, and those terrible currencies drop in value like stones, or AKA like Moonbeam. We've got our own fair share of experience of depreciating assets. I remember when Moonbeam was $26 when it first came out. Currently, it's sitting at 16 cents. So I know all about how to lose money as well. But looking at this, I've just found it quite interesting. I clicked on this chart earlier, and we're going to get into the altcoins on the live stream tonight as well. But look at this. It had that huge rally up recently, and it's just been down, down, down ever since. And we're about to crack the all-time low again. So surely, when you're looking at something like this, you've got to go, crypto must be near the bottom. And if it's not near the bottom, where is the bottom? Is there a bottom? The altcoins certainly don't seem to have found it yet. From my perspective, it's an amazing time to not hold any crypto because you've got every opportunity to get back into the market and really start buying up. And that's what we're going to focus on. Of course, I hold a lot of crypto, but I also hold other assets. I'm currently selling some of those assets like cars and houses in order to go back into the market. You may remember, again, a couple of years ago during the bull market, I bought houses, I bought really expensive cars. And it's just come to a point where I go, okay, I've enjoyed all of that stuff now. Let's sell it. Let's be homeless again. And let's put all of the money back into Bitcoin and various other cryptocurrencies and watch that number turn into a 9-figure number again. Wouldn't that be really, really fun? And that is the goal for the next bull market. Not a billionaire, just back into 9 figures. That sounds ridiculous and also really obnoxious, so I do apologize. But that is my goal. You've got to have a goal. It's got to be a lofty ambition. And we're a long way away from there right now. So that's the overall goal. Anyway, I'm waffling and I have a meeting in like 5 minutes. So let's discuss today's crypto news and then I'll see you on tonight's live stream. Last of all, the only story today, to be honest, I wanted to cover, to be honest. BlackRock CEO says there is pent-up interest in crypto from worldwide clients. This is particularly interesting to me, so let's have a bit of a read of this article. Larry Fink, the CEO of the world's largest asset management company, BlackRock, has weighed in on the recent rumors about the pending spot Bitcoin ETF applications, stating Bitcoin's reaction to the news on Monday was an indication of pent-up interest in the digital asset. During an interview with Fox Business, the Calm and Countdown, Fink stated that Bitcoin's brief rally on Monday with proof of people's flight to quality, and the BlackRock's clients worldwide were discussing the need for crypto. Crypto saving expert reported on Tuesday that the crypto news outlet Cointelegraph made a fake post about the United States Securities fake post on X about the United States Securities and Exchange Commission approving the BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF. As soon as the news went viral, Bitcoin skyrocketed more than 8%, hitting almost a $30,000 price mark. Now, it actually did hit that $30,000 price mark, and I encourage you to read about this article in full. Go to cryptosavingexpert.com. Come on, we need users. Also, sign up and make an account. Even if you're not going to sign up for the premium account, get the free account. It's so worthwhile. Over 13,000 people now have signed up. And it's actually amazing. 13,000 people signed up for Crypto Saving Expert. At the same time as 30,000 people signing up, we've now got well over 100 members of the premium community. And we've also got above 20,000 people on our mailing list that signed up to the newsletter. That newsletter, every time we send it out once a week, is getting above 10,000 people reading it. So clearly, there is a huge amount of interest in the world of crypto. I just think that interest is not being directed correctly right now. And that's what I'm here to change. That's why I'm going back to live stream. That's why we're pulling our finger out of our ass and getting back to work. So if you are enjoying me pulling my finger out of my ass and getting back to work, slap a like on it, subscribe, check out the exchanges in today's video description. If you are in the UK, BitGet is part of the solution. So check out that link. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.